この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Mawaru Penguindrum. We're on episode 6, and before we get into anything else, I just want to say Happy New Year! It is January 1st of 2020. Welcome to the new decade. Let's hope it's a good one. I'm certainly going to be doing all that I can to make this one, for me at least, and hopefully for a few people who really enjoy this content, better than the last one. That said, let's go ahead and talk about the last couple episodes of Mawaru Penguindrum because they were fantastic and horrifying and whimsical and goofy, and also that facade of whimsy and goofiness and merriment and cheer is slipping a little bit. Things are getting a little bit weird, like the darkness is encroaching a little bit around the edges, and I am excited for the big reveal eventually, but we'll see. Particularly really enjoyed episode 4, although episode 5 had its merits as well, which we will talk about in a moment. But in episode 4, we go birdwatching, and Shoma tags along with Ringo on her planned date with, what's-his-face? Tabuki, right? Tabuki? We go on the planned date. She gets sprayed by a skunk. All sorts of wacky hijinks ensue. And then we once again, and this time officially, meet Yuri Tokikago, the actress, the apparently famous, gorgeous, blonde woman who clearly has eyes for Tabuki and is very much a rival in love, although she doesn't see Ringo as much of a rival and is pretty much justified in that assessment. Yeah, her veil slips a little bit. She lets it down just a little bit to tell Ringo to step the fuck off because she's got this man in her bag, and she's not wrong, although he's pretty clueless, leading to her trying to get real crazy in order to bend fate, in order to make sure that the diaries thing happens. And leading, indeed, to her first kiss, but not with him. Shoma gives her mouth-to-mouth after Penguin, I think it was Penguin number 2, shows that he is a straight-up savage and swims down there, presumably to rescue her, and then just grabs a fish and bounces. Fuck yeah, Penguin number 2. I think it was you. That was awesome. We also meet, sort of for the first time, the orange girl or the orange-haired girl who's very much a Juri lookalike. I don't know what Ikuhara has with making orange-haired girls and then making them do seemingly insane things because of spurned love, but it's a thing that he does. And then there's a fucking attempted murder as somebody, definitely Ringo, pushes this blue-haired girl who was invested in Kanba down a massive escalator, leading to some severe injuries that hospitalized her, and eventually leading to a scene that we only see in the next episode. Some interesting stuff happens. The main important thing that progresses the plot that occurred in this episode, because Ringo's never going to learn, or not yet at least, was that Shoma saw the diary. He saw inside of it, and he put 2 and 2 together and realized that this thing has some kind of tie-in with Ringo's fate, and thus went tick, 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 ding. Oh, maybe this is the Penguindrum. Certainly the entity in the hat seems to think so, but has yet to be confirmed, and I have a feeling it ain't the Penguindrum. I again feel like the Penguindrum doesn't exist, or is some sort of like conceptual thing that won't ever be able to be obtained, but we'll see. Come the next episode, as Ringo is continuing to sort of hang out with this family and almost be a bit of a found family for her, which is kind of nice, although she's a creepy, crazy stalker lady. First off, Shoma approaches her and says, like, hey, can we have your diary? Which is like, no, absolutely not. You cannot have this thing that I've based my entire life around. Absolutely not. And upon this conversation going down, Himari puts on the hat and brings in a third party. Ringo has now gone to Rock and Roll Night or whatever and seen what goes on in this place. She then gets summarily eviscerated by the entity in the hat, who calls her out on all of her selfish, stupid, deluded bullshit, and it just goes in one ear and out the other because she's Ringo. Like, it's not going to happen. She's not going to understand anything. She's not going to change her ways. She's nuts. Yeah, Yeah, we also at some point met Ringo's dad, but he doesn't care very much. And there was some great symbolism with a particular art piece that I think it's called the Embrace, and it was really cool. But inside Rock and Roll Night, Ringo becomes the determinator that she is, and that's a term from TV tropes. It's the character who, like, just through force of sheer determination, forces things to go their way. Although they don't always go Ringo's way, she does her damnedest. After getting dropped down the tube where normally people don't come back from, she catches herself on the edge, pulls herself up. Ikuhara gives us our first and so far only panty shot of the entire show, which is an interesting choice to have it there, I think. And breaks the handcuffs. Again, determinator, sheer force of will, fuck you. She is so set in her ways. Breaks the handcuffs, runs up the weird musically stair thing, and knocks the hat off of Himari's head, grabs it, throws it out into the night in the rain, and leads us into the second portion of the episode, which is mostly focused on Kamba's motivations and his sort of seems like he feels that the torch of protecting his family has been passed from his father onto him. And after watching his father go to great lengths to ensure Himari's safety during a particular storm, he, in a similar storm, goes to great lengths to ensure Himari's safety. And then displays to us that he is willing to go to even greater lengths to protect his entire family, doing something shady for sure, given the trench coat wearing, hat wearing guy who he meets and gets money from on the subway. He's doing something shady. We don't know what, in order to get money to support them and provide for this little home that they have. And he's sort of making himself what I think of as like a hate sink for the world. Like, I'll take on all the darkness, I will take on all of the sins, and he sees himself as a sacrificial person for the continued benefit of his sister and his little brother. Yeah, yeah. There was a pretty fun chase scene. There was some other stuff. We got the hat back. She's okay, and that's about it. Also, orange haired lady is really creepy and is doing a thing with like a slingshot with like they look like squash balls, or like racquetball balls, and she presumably shoots one into this blue-haired girl's head, and she just stops knowing what she witnessed that night. So there's some Men in Black mind wiping stuff going on that I'm pretty interested in, and I hope we get more cutaways too. Going into the next episode, I can see the very first frame of it. It looks like the undersea location of Ringo's childhood room. So I don't know what that's going to be, but we're starting with a Ringo focus, which makes sense given the nature of the last couple of episodes. Let's go ahead and dive on into these next couple episodes of Penguindrum, assuming we don't spend like 2 hours talking about the first one that we watch. And let's watch episode 6 and see where this wild ride decides to take us. So, I've got Penguindrum episode 6 up and ready to go. It's 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you want to sync up your own copy of the timer-based version of the episode with the timer-based version, you can totally do that. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count it down will be coming at you now. Yep, we're underwater. Is this memory or present? What is that sound? Is she just freaking out? Is she masturbating? She's masturbating, right? Oh, geez. As the otter and the kappa just stare her down. Okay. That's an intentionally obscure. Maybe she wasn't masturbating. Just ying. I don't know. So the wedding night is coming. First night under the roof with Tabuki. How's she gonna swing that? creepily. That's how. That's how Ringo does all the things. The end of the world. Mm-hmm. Thinks of a certain blue-haired student council president character. All right. She wiped all her memories of him. Oh boy. Bait. Bait. Oh boy. Jeez. All right, what do we got? Watch out for a potential trap. Yeah. Yeah, I'll fucking kill you. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh, marriage? Project Marriage? It totally does, yeah. Eh, you probably shouldn't. Is she just gonna try to move into his house? Thanks, Ringo. Ka-chan. Alright, great. Probably. Pots! Where is she moving to? Oh, jeez. My chestnuts! The fuck? Oh, it's right outside his house. Yeah, that's normal. That's just normal. That's... Oh. Eh. Huh. Eh. Neither. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Be wary of potential traps. Oh man, I was kind of expecting a who's that? Oh Jesus. Oh, do they think she and Ringo or he and Ringo are going out? Oh boy. Poof. So does she have complete control over what memories disappear? Oh geez. And she's not attacking him, just everything around him. I'm in danger. Yeah, everything's terrifying. Oh boy. I love this track. Hit. What did she... What did she... Maybe it doesn't work as a wipe. Maybe it's more than that. It's memory alteration. They're fucking dead? What the? Power expended. Splat. Whoa, 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 what? Now it's I must crush him soon. It was before, right? I forget. I went back and forth on this. Fuck. That one, I mean, it's pretty clear what she means, though. As many as it takes. Damn, Ringo. Your new home. Yeah. It just keeps going. Going and going and going. What's wrong? What? Ringo? Huh? Uh, uh, it's really not. It's really not what you think at all. Who is Momoka? Obviously her sister. So now it's a fever dream. Equals curry day. They are family. Oh my. Become my sister? You're way past that. What the fuck, Ringo? On that curry day, Tabuki talked about the cat and my destiny was decided. Cat? The apple. Hello, cats. Right. Eh. How? How old was Momoka? Was she was his age. It's both. Not half and half. But okay. Okay, and she has the diary. Death Note? Mm-hmm. Hehehe. Ha ha ha. Sure. Is that mayonnaise? Nope. Oh, tell us something, tell us. Yeah, I know. Was he dating her? Uh-huh. So it's Momoka's destiny. That's why it never works out for Ringo. Uh-huh. When Ringo was still a very small child, right? To try to save her family. Oh my god. versus become eternal. Okay, there was a little bit of hesitation on the second S there. Seizon Senryaku. Weird. It's a different recording. Who are we bringing this time? Classic two brothers? Just two brothers. Sure. Just you. Really trying to. Is she going to initiate with him this time? Nope. Weasel Knievel. She's not going to initiate with him. But you just dropped him out of the... Okay. Cool. Guess you got what you needed from combo the other times. What the fuck? Yeah. I love this theme. They regain consciousness. What have they forgotten? Him. Oh, and they're not racquetballs. They're totally ping pong balls, right? That's how ping pong balls pop. If you burn them. Is she there? Today's supposed to be Destiny wedding night, right? She's yup. Holy shit, she's out. She's out and about and she is deranged and in a fever dream right now. Holy fuck. Hey. Oh my god. Yep, this is normal. Oh my god. And she has made his fucking underhouse crawl space her new home. Oh my god. A spinning drum. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? She is a penguin. Wait, what? I thought the penguin, the black penguin, was the representation of the thing in the hat, but it's not. Unless it is. Oh, I'm so confused. This is amazing. So it's not Ringo in that picture. It's Momoka. And she's obsessed with becoming her sister. And the reason that everything's fucked for her is because she's not Momoka. There's an element of the input to each of the fate equations that's completely wrong, and it's that it's Ringo. Is Momoka Peach? It's Peach, right? I know Momo is Peach. Mo Peaches. Momoka? Momoka. So we have an apple trying to become a peach. Again with the fruit. Alright, and then a little previewy thingy, right? What? Oh, good. We're gonna get some Yuri stuff. The power of a miracle requires repayment. Uh-huh. Gedojo to? Gedojo to? Or oto? Gedojo to? Gedojo to? I'm not gonna find anything. Fuck. Oh boy, we've got some insight into Ringo. Finally, we come to understand a little bit. It all starts as a childish notion. The idea that her parents are fighting and breaking up because of Momoka's death, so she will replace Momoka. Oh my god. So have they been... I guess my question is, like, at what point in Ringo's life, I'm not sure that it really matters, but just for my own understanding, at what point in Ringo's life did Momoka die? Because the implication is either she died before Ringo was born and they had a second child to replace her from in their own minds, or she died when Ringo was like 3 or under, where she wouldn't remember her sister, um, but would maybe get some of her affect, some of her possessions. It also sort of implies that this room is probably Momoka's room, especially with some of the lingering shots that we have on the nameplate on the door. Nothing so blatant as to be like showing another nameplate underneath it, but I don't know. Man, Ikuhara does an insane job of making anthropomorphized animal characters, the cute things, fucking creepy twice. Here in this sequence, and earlier when she's huffing and puffing under the blanket, and really not sold that she's not masturbating. I'm unclear. Seems like a very Ikuhara thing to do, but oh god, they're so creepy. And so is she. Ringo is so fucking creepy. But I I believe the implication is that Momoka is the girl in this picture, not Ringo. And and the whole idea of Curry Day is something that they do in remembrance of her. And Curry Day and Ringo's birthday happen to coincide. So she will always be like celebrating her birthday on the day of her sister's death, which makes a lot of sense fate-wise. Like another is born on the day of the previous one's death. Maybe she died on the day of. like that year when Ringo was being born. That would make sense. That would be an Ikuhara thing to do. Holy shit. My god, yo. This is nuts. First night with Tabuki, Project M, and then there is another Project M. But I have a feeling that one is maybe not marriage, but maybe murder. Like, I don't know. So Kamba starts unraveling the threads of this seeming plot that is happening around him, and a trap has been set and is being sprung. I assume by Kamba. Um, but wow, and likewise, Shoma is unraveling the threads of Ringo's insanity as she brings all of her stuff to Tabuki's apartment and then moves in with him without his consent or knowledge, choosing to live like a homeless person underneath his house. What the fuck? This whole sniper sequence is dope and horrifying. And when they start like what, and then begin to collapse, when we break into the monochromatic deep red, it feels almost guy who is head of Shaft, director of every Shaft show, Shinbo. Wait, that's not right, is it? Akiyuki Shinbo. Is that right? Or is he Kill la Kill? No, it's Akiyuki Shinbo. Yeah. This feels very Shinbo to me. Although Shinbo and Ikuhara overlap in some of their uses of symbolism and the ways that they do certain things. But the stark black and red is freaking amazing and also horrifying. It gives the impression that they are like their blood is spraying out, but it obscures it enough so that we can understand in retrospect that it's memories being taken away from them, I think. Holy shit. Gosh, I must crush him soon. She's so ridiculous. But it's horrifying in very much the same way that Ringo is, where when you have a character saying utterly insane things, but they clearly believe them wholeheartedly and will go to great lengths to ensure that they come true. Oh boy, that's bad. That is bad. We also have this idea, and I want to focus in this discussion a little bit on the conversation that we have between Tabuki and Ringo, because it seems like something of an inciting incident for her journey, at least, if not for the entire story. This conversation is important and has that sort of feeling of Ikuhara is doing a thing where he's talking about some stuff right now, and we're just along for the ride. So this idea of riding a bicycle being changed irreversibly by some action or learning something or coming to some conclusion about the world is an interesting one. And I think a really good example to use for such a thing, because once you learn, they say you never forget how to ride a bike, right? Once you learn how to ride, you can't go and you can't pretend to not be able to ride. And in his case, he's using this very specific, very relatable example in order to demonstrate a change in perspective that's irreversible. One of going from seeing a meaningless world to seeing a world with meaning. I feel like there's some level of an implication that he and Momoko were romantically involved before the events that are detailed in the diary, but unclear. It seems like that's the path that she was on, that they were romantically involved, and it makes sense that he would be coming over and being with her family, and being close to the family if they were dating. So, and there are also echoes of this in the mother's reaction to Shoma's presence, and thinking that they're dating, thinking that that uniform might put her at ease because Keiji wore that uniform, stuff like that. Scenery changing at a startling rate. She changed my perspective of the world in a heartbeat. Now, what I'm not clear on is what she said. All of these things seemed like treasures filled with possibilities when I saw them with Momoka, but I can't go back now. I can still ride the bike. Sometimes I wonder why she is no longer in this world. The world surrounding me now appears awfully uncertain to me right now. Like Schrodinger's cat, like it is both one thing and the other. Half dead, half alive. This is one of the common like misinterpretations of Schrodinger's cat. It's not that it's half dead, half alive, it's that it's both. It's in a state of superposition between being dead and alive, at least in respect to the observer. Though the use of it to demonstrate a certain kind of uncertainty is accurate and right. But what are the two states of the world that he's thinking about? I don't know. Does she say poor cat or does he? Yeah. Okay. So that's I think that's pretty interesting. It sort of speaks to Ringo's ah inability or lack of desire to understand complex concepts. Obviously, she's a child at this point, but she's always been a child. She never really grew up out of that child that we see standing in the doorway. I get the distinct impression that Ikuhara is saying like she is still stuck in this moment, in that moment of realization like I'll become Momoka. You can't. She doesn't realize that though. And so she herself is kind of in a weird state of superposition between understanding and not understanding. I don't know, but just to have Tabuki going going pretty in depth on his own character and like the way that her sister changed his perspective on the world and using a pretty complicated and pretty apt example to demonstrate it, and her only response is, "Aw, poor cat." It's sort of weird. It's empathetic, but it misses the point entirely. And I think that's a big part of Ringo and who she is. She like she sees all the evidence, she sees all the things going on, and then misses the point, either intentionally in intentional ignorance or unintentionally because she is just not capable of grasping certain concepts. Concepts like you can't become your sister. It doesn't work that way. Weird. If that's the fate's design, then everything must have a meaning. This is where I miss it. Where I feel like I'm missing something. That's what I would like to think. So he's justifying. I guess he's justifying an unfair death. He's using this as some kind of justification for like why is Momoko not in this world? Yeah, that actually that ties together. So he's going with the very classic and very religious response to this, which is like it's all part of God's plan. It's all part of fate's plan in this case, which gives, I guess, a little bit of comfort if you want it to. Um, that like, oh, it's part of a grander thing. You don't see all the pieces. This person was taken away from the world because we don't know. God works in mysterious ways. It's fucking bullshit. Sorry if you're a hardcore believer, but it's fucking bullshit and it's pandering and just it's just thin and silly. Um, I no, I disagree. But okay. It's still a very useful coping mechanism, I would say. Ringo's room with the seashell. The fate's design. The book. So we learn that Momoka is the artist who created this diary. She wrote it at some point. Also, the fact that there is a clearly a death note right there. I think that the circle, the dot in the O, is accurate to the actual like cover of the death note. Death note cover. Yeah, it is. It's the same font. It's close. That's fucking ridiculous. Yukihara, why? What? This mission, I've finally realized this mission must have a meaning. Yeah, she again warps it to herself. Write down the world's fate here. When the future written here becomes true, Everything precious to me will become eternal. Quotes, quotes. I'm just gonna look. I'm just gonna. Uh, I think we're using symbolism. Eternal Utena. Yeah, yeah. Spoilers for Utena. Big portion of the characters and the cast of Utena is obsessed with obtaining something eternal, which is never really anything that's explained. Although there is like the castle that holds eternity, and within it is the idealized representation of certain things in the story that again I won't spoil because it's Utena and you should go in blind. Um, Feels like Ikuhara is overlapping his symbolism here, or his use of specific words and phrases, which is totally fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing. But again, it's the same way in Utena. It's something that is never really reached because eternity, in the sense that he's using it, doesn't quite exist. Now in Utena, what is the word that's used? Is it um is it an? An. An no Himitsu. Yeah, that's used in the song at least. Futari no An Mokushiroku. Yeah, okay. And then we're using the same word here. Yeah, my everything Taisetsu precious to me will become eternal. Immortalized in a photograph, I suppose. But then that prevents. Actually, that works really well for the same idea that I was trying to state about her being frozen in a moment, in that doorway. She is already eternal. She is eternally a child, essentially. She is eternally that person who doesn't grow or change. She's prevented herself from adapting and becoming an adult in any way, except for the physical, by being obsessed with becoming somebody else, essentially eschewing her own potential future, her own fate, if we believe in such things, in order to attempt to take upon herself the mantle of being her sister. Wow, that's really fucky. That's some fucky shit. All right. Okay. All right. Cookies. Marble cookies. A good boy having to walk by. Are you dating? Nope. She's just a friend. She's friends with my younger sister. Yeah. Maybe the uniform eases her mind. Well, we know this teacher. Yep, I do too. I assume that's mayonnaise. I don't really know. Curry day. So is curry day not a weekly thing? I thought it was a weekly thing. No, it's a specific day. Fuck. Also, the idea that her own birthday has been subsumed by curry day is very much the same as like falls in again with the same idea of like Ringo never ages. She never grows up because her sister's legacy is all that she is doing, all that she cares about. Oh man, Ikuhara, so many threads weave into this. I'm sure there are more that I'm missing too. She passed away a long time ago, and then we cut to Ringo's room. But then it's used transitionally to just get us inside. But the lingering on the door makes me really think that she is in her sister's room, maybe in her sister's bed, which would make a lot of sense again for the whole thing. And then we survival strategy, and it's just Shoma this time. And she says, let's initiate the survival strategy, but previously that's led to like the reaching into his chest and pulling something out and then going in for the kiss, but only toward Kamba. In this case, no, and it's just used to end the sequence. So she again sort of tells him off and is like, you gotta do the thing. Moody, 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 moody. It is totally impossible. Yeah, using Himaru's mouth. Uh-huh. Who are you? No idea. And she is gone. She is fucking gone. And it gets so much worse. Man, it is hard to get worse from like just being under the house listening in to him watching bird watching shows. But having a little cooktop and eating probably a really bland, awful dinner and bathing yourself with a bowl of water. And she's in the midst of like a feverish dream at the moment as well. But she would be doing this anyway, right? Like this is something that she had planned to do before the fever really took hold. It is so fucking creepy, and she has brought everything there. Wedding night in progress. Those words, everything must have a meaning. Yeah. And a fucking tape outline of him with it. Oh, Jesus. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And beyond just being creepy, it's just demonstrating how far gone Ringo really is. She is out of her fucking skull. Oh man. All right. And it will become eternal. And she brings the picture with her. Uh-huh. And then we have a reveal here at the end. Calling on a phone. Everything is going according to plan. The trap has been set and now sprung up, presumably. And there is another penguin. Now, these penguins, we don't know about this one, but these penguins have been minions of the princess in the hat. So it raises the question, is she working multiple angles at the same time in order to try to obtain the Penguindrum? I would say probably. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is the princess's doing. Or the entity, whatever. Everything precious will become eternal. Momoka Curry Day sister. They are family. Birthday is Curry Day. Sami doesn't remember Kamba. Project M. All right. Oh yeah, and fate shaped like a giant ring. All right. Well, this was an episode, an interesting one. We're gonna watch another because I want to. So I'm gonna take a quick break, do a syncy thing, and then we will be back in just a moment to watch episode 7 of Penguindrum. See you in a moment. Peace. All right, welcome back. We are all set and ready to go for episode 7 of Penguindrum. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. Beep beep timer. Pleasant. Oh god. Oh. Uh-huh. Sure. Clearly. Keep it down. Yeah, no looking. Uh-huh. As long as it takes, just married. Mm-hmm. Nah. Oh, it doesn't? Oh my. Yeah, lurking behind the... just out of the scene. Not marriage, question mark? It's not wrong. He probably does. Oh. It's probably not a love letter, girl. Poor Ringo. Uh, how How do I feel sympathy for such an unrelentingly awful person? Because she's delusional. I'm gonna keep an eye on that other penguin. We have no idea who that is. Also, while the other penguins are very much yin-yang-y, very black and white, that one is so dark. Seems to paint her truly as a villain. The theater to go see one of her plays? Someone did they? I think he was actually given tickets, and probably by the lead actress. Let's Destiny. Yay! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The Tragedy of M. French Revolution? Nani? Madi. So, French Revolution. She's Marie Antoinette? Yeah. No. No. She'll probably love the beheading scene. Sparkle, sparkle. Kira, kira. Oh, Ikuhara loves his plays. Oh, yeah. Disco French Revolution? Yuri Tokikago. Uh-huh. Is she supposed to be just like a tiny bit pitchy? I think she is. Or are we seeing this through Ringo's eyes? Because that was kind of awful. Like, just barely competent. Okay. Uh-huh. Literally shoved to the side. Uh-huh. What a fucking cut. Oh my god. I'm writing that down. 6:30-ish. Teehee? Wait. That guy behind her looks really familiar. Oh, the rose petals blowing like snow. That is me. Whew, damn girl. Again with the shoujoisms coming into real life. Fucking Ikuhara. Sparkle, 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 sparkle. Uh huh. So then I can show you just how much better. Yeah. Oh, she's the worst. Yeah. She sure is. She sure can. Damn. That looks tasty. Looks like good steak. A gangster of the sea? Like the. Huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That must be how she got her part. Oh, yeah. What a skank. Grr. Oh, my. Uh-huh. I kind of doubt it, dude. She's probably pretty okay. Just, like, a little bit more mature and aware than you are. Oh. Yep. What's this party for? Is it an engagement party? No, that would be too much. Oh my god, what if it is? Damn, girl knows how to dress. No, she's ugly. She's evil. Right. Right. Never. Exactly. Hey, free food. Mm. Don't take anything from the monster, yeah. Using it as a hostage. Is oh. Oh. Oh god. Oh my god, the tragedy of M. Yeah. And underwater we go. And I'll drag you along with me. Yum, yum, yum. Nice. Good job, number 2. Oh my god. Oh, what have we got? Punching through love beams? What's the... Uh-huh. Well, yeah, but... We don't get to see the thing. Hey. That's on the nose. Doing pull up. Oh, hey, buddy. Okay, what are you doing in exchange? He never speaks, does he? Oh my god, she is watching. Oh, no cell phones. Oh shit. What the fuck are you doing? Does it require blood? Oh fuck. Oh my god. Yep, you're the 16-year-old boy. Warped. Uh-huh, the hostage situation. Oh my god. Yep, there is nothing strange about this. Just hops away. Yeah, what have I done? What have I gotten myself into? Is it a boy frog? That's warm. That's really warm. Oh my god. What are those chemicals even? I'm gonna kill this frog. Just patting his butt. Poop. Oh my god, penguin number 2, what the fuck? Oh, they were eggs. She can't see it, right? Hmm. Holy what? What the fuck? All right, who's going this time? Is it just Kamba this time? Oh, it's the both of them. Yep, that's us. Yep, that's the plan. Uh-huh. Did I fucking stutter? There's a chance. Oh god. That is a bad idea. Pretty accurate. Funny! The sub fading out. Mm-hmm. No problem at all. Sure it has, Ringo. It is all going according to plan. It must be some kind of yeah, nope. Just ignore all evidence to the contrary. Just punch through all those hearts. Know when to give up. Or don't. It's more fun this way. Oh? The same song. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Get wrecked, Cinderella. What? Oh no. You're gonna fucking try to rape him and forcibly impregnate yourself? What? Ringo! Ringo, there's far. There's too far. And then there's that. Everything precious to me will become. Oh my god. Ringo. Ringo. Ring. Ringo. No. Ah! All right, here's looking at you, kid. What's that a line from? Casablanca. That, of course it is. Yeah. PvE thingy. Wee wee! Wah wah wah. Please don't. Damn, Lily Hoshino. Ringo. Ringo, no. Darling. Girl. Girl. Well, it turns out, as they often are, that the the fucking Powerpuff Girls on the subway line are right on the money with their with their lesson of the day. Learn to know when to quit. And as she usually does, Ringo barrels headlong over the edge of a cliff. And she's doing that thing in cartoons where you run off a cliff with the spinny legs and you keep spinning. And she just hasn't looked down yet. Once she does, pew! Fuck, man. Fuck, man. Okay. How do we break down this episode? Let's just skim through it really quick to get an idea of how things happened and when. So, we have the conversation underneath, which is just purely ridiculous. Like, Shoma gets to see the very real side of Ringo's delusions and is oddly accepting of them, in part or potentially entirely because he needs her for something, right? She is holding the diary, essentially holding the diary hostage in the same way that the Princess in the Hat is holding Himari hostage, and it's effectively the same deal. At least if he believes that it is the thing that he needs to get in order to appease this entity in the hat. But so he needs something from her, but altogether is generally accepting of and goes along with her craziness. Their relationship as it is, and it's not much, is oddly like grounded and real. It's like he gets to see the dark side of her that she would be loath to show to Tabuki. And I think that's rather interesting, like just as a thing. It's rather interesting. So we get to see her dreaming up this situation of a wonderful play that she gets to go on a date with and blah blah blah, and just her inability to recognize reality. Like, we already know that Yuri is an actress, that she's in the plays, but Ringo doesn't really care, and so she's sort of blocked out that information and been like, oh, he's even lying about the getting the tickets from somebody else. He went and bought tickets just for me. It's so diluted and so twisted and so unreasonable, and yet she goes forward into her destiny with such aplomb and such fervor. It's just kind of magical to watch everything that she thinks she understands just completely shatter. um Now, Ikuhara loves the theater, and something interesting that happens here is like a play or a story or an anime, for that matter, is very much what you make of it. Like, depending on your opinion of the thing going in, you can have wildly different interpretations of something. And a lot of the time, this leads to a lot of the debates that happen on the internet about the various qualities of various different anime. Because people go in expecting different things and get different things out of what they get. Now, Ringo was never going to like this play, regardless of its quality, because she fucking hates. She has a genuine vendetta against the lead actress. Like, she hates her. So anything that Yuri does, she's going to paint as horrible and twisted and evil and bad and a product of Yuri's black heart and awfulness and blah 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 blah. When so far what we've seen of Yuri, while she has this little bit of, she calls her a Black Widow at some point, and there is a little bit of that sort of femme fatale thing going on with Yuri, where she clearly has goals and is clearly working toward them. It's just that those goals aren't actually evil. Like, she seems to be genuinely invested in the well-being of Tabuki, and seems to genuinely be interested in him. Again, she's quitting her troupe where she is a successful actress in order to be a better, like, to be there for their budding relationship. There's something about that screams that Yuri, while she recognizes the possibility of like somebody else trying to steal her man, and he is very much her man, as we find out in this episode. Um, Not using that necessarily in like the possessive, but like they're together, right? Which we weren't sure of before, but now we're very much sure of with the engagement announcement. They're together. It's just that everything that Yuri does, Ringo is going to misinterpret and see as something else going on. Like, the whole framing of the play and their pair of reactions to it really demonstrates a difference in, I don't know, the difference in interpretation of reality, because the play is presumably really happening, um and they're interpreting it in wildly different ways. It's sort of saying like, how do I put this? Ringo sees her entire world in fairy tale terms, and we see this over and over every time she has one of these like shojo framed stories that occurs within the reality or within her head. She frames things, literally frames them in fairy tale storybook ways. Like, in the one that we get in this episode, she sees herself as a sort of a Cinderella-esque character who is then smushed and downtrodden by the giant frog, while Yuri rides in a similarly like fruit-esque um, carriage and tramples everyone in her wake. For Ringo, her life is a play and she is acting out a script, right? She's just the wrong person for the part. Damn, that's good. So it's again reminiscent of Utena, and Ikuhara seems to have this tendency to have characters frame their worlds as plays or as fairy tale stories, and themselves as specific actors in those plays. And that's very much what Ringo is doing with her life. Like, a play's the thing. It's something that always ends the same way, that's always fated to go in a specific direction because it must necessarily follow the script that is written. Like, Hamlet will always end the same way. Macbeth will always end the same way. The same could be said for a film, but a film is made once and then captured forever. A play is a bit different because regardless of the characters acting within it, the script is the one thing that remains consistent and can be interpreted in wildly different ways depending on who's doing the interpretation. All you have to do is, I mean, to use a sort of a crossover example, because it's one of the most remade films based on plays. Hamlet, the film, there are multiple wildly different versions of Hamlet. Like, if you watch uh, Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet versus, let me just look up Hamlet movies. I know that there are a bunch of them. Hamlet on screen. Yeah, there's the Mel Gibson Hamlet, which is weird. There's an Ethan Hawke interpretation of like more of a modern Hamlet. Um, there are all sorts of different Hamlet films, and then of course the Kenneth Branagh, which is the best version. And I've seen a lot of these, because it's really interesting to watch how people interpret the entirety of the play in different ways, and it's not just the visuals that change, it's everything about the delivery and the nature of the play itself changes, but the play and its point remains largely the same regardless. It's fate. And I feel like Ikuhara is trying to draw a parallel between a play and the way that things play out, and this whole idea, especially around Ringo, of fate. Now, Yuri visually brings a sort of a stage presence with her everywhere she goes. And we've seen this before, but only with Kanba, I think. When he had the like shoujo roses and sparkles and wind blowing that just appeared in the subway train. We have a very similar scenario for Yuri as she walks into the room. First off, everyone turns and looks. You can tell, even though they're freaking like walk sign people, you can tell that everyone is turning and staring at Yuri because she is the center of everything. The spotlight is very much upon her. But more than that, she changes everything around her. She sparkles with like odd non-diegetic sparkles. A rose loses all of its flowers and they float around her. It's ridiculous. She is very clearly that bitch. Sorry, but she is. And then her words to Ringo are explicitly not evil, and yet they're double-edged or poisoned or venomous. I really wanted you to see me on the stage, so I convinced Tabuki to invite you. I made this happen, not him, and I brought you here for a reason. But we're left to fill in the blanks. Ikuhara loves his ambiguity, and here the blank that I fill in is the same one that Yuri expressed when she had the hat on and sort of let her veil slip a little bit, which was, I'm so much better than you and you can't even see it. You fucking idiot. You fucking child. That's what her words seem to be dripping with to me, and it's amazing. I love it. I love it. And then immediately we snap into Ringo's conscious mind. She's an actress. This is what she does. And we've already figured this out by this point. Like, yeah, exactly. I think it's interesting that all of the colors in the scene change completely, almost color swap, as the background falls away, but Ringo's eyes remain the same color. It gives her, I don't know, something. Whereas Yuri's, as far as I know, yeah, even Yuri's eyes change. She becomes inhuman. She becomes this weird, sort of sickly pinkish color that frames everything about her. It's still beautiful, though. It's weird. Her glass mask. What an interesting idea. I'm gonna just Google glass mask. Oh, a Japanese shoujo manga series written and illustrated by Suzue Miyuchi, serialized in Hana to Yume from 1976 and collected in 49 tankobon. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, wow. The main character on the cover bears a fucking striking resemblance to Yuri Tsukikage. Kago. Golden hair, purple eyes, beautiful shoujo girl, sparkles. Okay, the title poetically refers to the face of the mask of faces that actors wear while expressing emotions that are not their own. The mask they wear, their acting is as fragile as glass. If the actors are distracted, their mask will break and show on stage the actor's true feelings. Holy shit, Ikuhara, you and your fucking references. Okay, it's a saga depicting the devotion of a character to the performing arts as a professional stage actress and her competition with her skilled rival Ayumi Himekawa. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. She is framing things within the context of this this manga's synopsis, I think. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, she is a killer whale, a gangster of the seas. And then we frame everything, again, in a sort of a ridiculous play fashion as her as a gangster, devoured countless victims. And then we go into this hyper cliche-ridden, like trope overburdened sequence where she is with this Yakuza boss type character, or more of a mob boss type of character. and is doing the shameless flirting thing, the spill of the drink on the pant leg, and then leading into the obviously suggestive head behind the counter, and then going in the same direction in this section and using that as her means of climbing the ladder, because Ringo cannot fathom that her rival is actually like good at shit. She frames everything as like, oh, she must necessarily have used seduction as she would because she's a Black Widow. She's evil. She's like that. There's also there's something interesting about the way that these are framed, that sort of indicates a childishness in Ringo. I don't know. I don't know how much of it is like necessity in order to avoid doing, because like keeping all the sexy stuff off screen is necessary for a show of this nature because it's going to be aired on Japanese television. But something about the way that this is all being framed within Ringo's mind gives me this idea that Ringo isn't really comfortable with the sexual and isn't really comfortable with actually ideating the process that she would have to go through. It's convenient for her to think, oh, she must be blowing this dude to get her part, but to actually ideate that is too far for Ringo. And I think that comes to bear when we get to the ending of this episode and Ringo starts thinking about seemingly forcing herself upon upon Tabuki, because that disconnect between her actual willingness and desire and her, like we talked a lot about the last episode, she is still a fucking child mentally. And I don't just mean like, oh, she's like 16. She's a child. I mean, she's like 6. She's a child mentally. So it makes a lot of sense, and it adds a creepy factor to her willingness to go so fucking far, because she is, again, a determinator. She is somebody who will stop at nothing to get what she wants. It's not even what she wants, it's what she believes she must do as an actor following a script that has been set out for her, which makes it even fucking weirder. Because if she wanted it of her own volition, it wouldn't be as awful. Jesus, God fucking. All right, and then we have the return of Fabulous Max, which is awesome. Must be doing this, body and soul, black under the charade. Absolutely. I would love for you to come to this party. And just the way this whole sequence was framed, the roses between them, and him in a suit, and her in the dress, and them sort of looking at this girl. Oh, buddy, oh, buddy, oh, buddy. I had an inkling of a thought that maybe this was going to be a world-shattering announcement for Ringo, and boom, suddenly something is not according to plan. But again, how could I let something so small ever stop me? Fucking hell. There's something about this character. I don't know what it reminds me of. Rose of Versailles. It's pretty fucking close. Design-wise, with the curls around the face, it's pretty fucking close. The hair color is different, but the sparkly, twinkly, almost monochromatic eyes are very similar. This is definitely a like a Bishonen character. Weird. Okay. But we get the announcement, and then a sequence of absolute shock. Yeah, she will retire from the troupe after the next play. And there he is, suited up in a tuxedo. We are engaged. And the world goes fucking quiet. And we just hold on Ringo's shock. She cannot fathom this. And she is not just falling. She's falling and being pulled by fate or destiny, you could say. Being pulled away from the object of her desire. Being yanked backward as if by a rope. It's such a good scene. And then underwater we go with him as a seal in the jaws of the orca, and underwater we stay because she is underwater. That's I didn't talk about it in the last episode, but we established that the being underwater thing is something that like happened to her home when things clicked for her, watching the conversation between her parents. Although she was like envisioning them as the kappa and the otter. Oh Jesus! And then penguin number two just nonchalantly taking bites out of all of the fucking sandwiches is great, super great. Know when to give up. And yet, she does exactly the opposite. Something so trivial, never gonna stop me. I'm the one who's living under the same roof. I mean, technically, you are under the roof, sure. Yeah, I don't think that's what that means. But here we are, just shattering hearts. Oh boy. And how old are you? Are you 16, by the way? And so she turns to insanity. So, we get another little bit of a moment for Kamba to get some money. We still don't know what he's doing to get this money. It's clearly something nefarious, but he is working for, I guess, the Penguin Corporation or whatever. And we never hear any kind of speech or affirmation or anything from the character he's talking to. But he asks them, "This wasn't your doing, right? This wasn't you." And he is being followed and stalked. My food series. Weird. Something about the way that she instantly answers the phone, um but we hear it buzz. It makes me wonder if she's actually answering the phone, if there's actually anybody on the other end of the line that she's talking to, or if she is just delusional. um I don't really know. We do hear it buzz though, but she's in a subway and phones are supposed to be off, so I don't know. All right, and she wants to complete her own project M. We go to the school, and here we go full occult, like, horror. Ridiculous. And it's pretty clear that this is one ridiculous. Dulcamara lovers? Okay. And magic potion class. Yep, there's the frog. And we do the craziness. Does she ever put on a lab coat? I feel like she does, but she doesn't, does she? No, she doesn't. It would have been really fitting to put on like a mad scientist lab coat. The whole thing is very kind of Frankenstein-y. I don't know. Something's coming out, and then the penguin promptly eats it because fuck yeah, number two, you're the best. Holy Jesus. And ruins her plans once more. Although, I mean, we can assume that the love potion brewed from the eggs of a frog probably wouldn't actually work. And Kamba's plans come to align pretty well with Ringo's plans here, which is odd. And Shoma, the one who is squeakish about all of this stuff, is the one that they send on this mission. Interesting. Awful. Just awful. Everything written here has come true. Well. And then we get this sequence. Mm-hmm. And she sings, "A dirty skank like you. We are fabulous Max. No." And then she comes to a realization. Baby. Then he'll have to marry me. Maternity mission. So up from the floorboard she comes, and like something out of The Ring or like The Grudge, she fucking so creepy is apparently intending to do a thing. Oh god. Oh no. The egg chanting girl. That enchantment didn't work. Oh, okay, I wrote down a specific timestamp as well for one of my favorite cuts that I have ever seen. Uh, Dinner Just the Two of Us? Yeah, where we go from no face to slowly, like, her features appear, and it's all in 24 FPS, so it gives it this creepy smoothness. That is so weird. Goes from just shell-shocked to normal and happy and bright. Just the two of us? Just the two of us. Wow. Wow, what an episode. Okay. Things are looking whack. Um, this is episode 7. How many episodes are there total? Oh, I've got the folder open. I can just look. 24. Okay, so I'll have to do either one episode or 3 episodes at some point, and this seems like as good a point as any to do 3 episodes in one video. It's been a long video already, but I've still got energy, and I would like to see how this little mission of hers goes, or goes horribly wrong. I can't imagine it working, but it's just it's like train wreck level. I can't look away. So let's watch one more episode. I'll take a breaky thing, do a sinky thing, and we'll come back in just a moment. So I'll see you then. Peace. All right, welcome back. As I said, we're gonna watch one more episode because shit's getting crazy. Not that it wasn't already, but I want to see what happens here. We're on episode 8. Ringo's about to do something real bad. Worse than real bad. Way, way bad. Very, very not good. Let's see how this plays out. Beep beep timer. No. No. Are they already in bed together? That would be great. Eh? What? What reason would he have for leaving pillows under there and sneaking out? Unless this is Shomakamba's doing. Eh? Oh, hey, buddy. Where were you last night? Oh. Well, it did, but he wasn't there to see it. It? Oh, no. Yeah. Is that penguin eating the birds? Oh my god. Yup. They're carnivorous? I mean, I guess fish, but... Wedding invite? Oh my. Oh. Never. Just ignored. Reject logic and make the impossible possible. Don't. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, just rejected. Nope. We know. It always comes true because you make it. Oh, hi. Oh boy. Yeah, it is. She cares too much. No, it's not. It'd be better for her if he did. Not that she'd recognize it. Yeah. No. Oh, hi, mate. Yeah. Welcome to the guilt trip. No. Whoops. Hmm. I believe you. Oh, another family. Burble, burble. Oh, it's a different picture. Not anymore. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, and that's why the gangster of the sea. Uh huh. Uh huh. The sea snakes. Splitting you up. Oh, dude, Ringo. Oh. Big rip. No. F's. Just gonna spam F here. Oh. What'd you trip on? Oh. Framing. Yep. I am the rebel gunslinger. Uh-huh. Wah wah. Wah wah wah. Oh no. It's pretty over, girl. It's pretty fucking over. Oh, girl. You fucking crazy. This is the house? Hmm. Back to your place, yeah. Yep. What you making over there? What you making over there, Ringo? You can borrow it? Oh boy. Did she actually manage to make a love potion? Put it in some kind of sweets? Is it fucking poison? Oh, okay, then it's not poison. Okay, we'll stick with love potion. Oh god, girl. What's our message of the day? Maybe. What's the slogan? Oh, jeez. I don't think so. Noisemakers not allowed. Okay. Of course, it's fucking perfect. Uh-huh. Oh, dude, what an apartment. Another typhoon. Literally cut my heart out and put it inside. Yeah. Oh, he still thinks it's a bomb. So I'll share it with you. It's got the love potion, right? That they both have to consume. Oh. Sure it is. Ah. Oh, I thought it was a bomb. Or poison or something. You know. Eh? What was the pink powder shit? Was it dried ground up frog eggs? And the typhoon hits. Oh no. Sleeping stuff? Knockout stuff? Oh no. Girl, I think I know where this is going. Oh. Yeah, and she didn't eat any of it. Oh no. She's gonna disguise herself as Yuri? What the fuck? Become the monster to defeat the monster. Now that is the right question. That is correct. That is also correct. It's all she has. It's her whole coping mechanism. Destiny. Oh, and the wig is off. Is he awake? Is she back? Oh! Ah! Ah! No, you weren't. Yeah, it was. Well, nope. Destiny. According to whom? Accurate. You fucking what? Oh shit. Stairs. That's gonna happen regardless. Family. Family, 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 family. The diary. And it's gotten soaked. Half a diary. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Hit and run, or is the driver gonna be somebody that we know? Yeah, fam. Ah! Even if your love is a lie, I. That was curly haired chick on the bike, right? So this is Project M. What does her M stand for? Motorbike? I don't know. I didn't write down a damn thing this episode. Sleeping powder. Right, preview thingy? That's Himari, right? Okay. Yeah, that didn't work. It came real close to working though. Holy shit. Although if she had gone through with it, Yuri would have probably walked in on them. I think we can say without question that it's a good thing that Shoma stopped her. Because that is not something you can go back from, but she came real fucking close to effectively raping him via false pretenses. Holy shit. I don't know legally how consent works if it's under false pretenses like this, but the fact that he was drugged makes it a wash anyway. My god. My god. I love the framing of some of the latter part of this episode. Especially this scene on the stairwell. Really nice. Stairs up, stairs down. The two of them off in this corner. Yeah. And she calls him out on exactly what they were doing since episode 1. Maintain the facade of a happy family to make yourself feel better. But she does the same thing, only it's in her own head. Wow. Wow. We bring back the moray eel, the gangster of the sea. I didn't put the connection together of the moray eel and the phone charm that he had. Makes sense. This is the break the Ringo episode. She is broken, as is her diary. Well, if it really were the Penguindrum, it wouldn't be torn in half. I don't know why I think that's the case. I think that's the case. The Penguindrum, whatever it is like Ikuhara's shorthand for whatever the eternal thing is, or for the Wheel of Fate itself, or whatever. Again, I don't think that it's a physical object. Man, something about this line just cut so deep. He's like, look, I've seen everything you've been doing for the last little while. You should have a healthier relationship next time. Implication being that a relationship with him might be better, but I don't know if we're ever gonna go down that route. They're both super twisted and fucked up in different ways. Shoma's not that twisted, but does have his own layers of delusion, I'd say, and a bit of a doormatty willingness to go along with things. Although in his and Kamba's case, it's again like anything for Himari, anything for the little sister. But she does point out pretty exactly why that's not necessarily as good as they think it is. It's just a very convenient excuse. We actually get some Himari in this episode, which is kind of great. She hasn't really been around, and her absence is, I don't know, it's kind of indicative of something. Like, they're going to great lengths and putting themselves at great risk in order to save her, but in doing so, they're sort of throwing away the time that they do have with her. Obviously, they don't see that there's any other choice. They've been ordered by the entity that's currently possessing her and giving her life to go and like find this thing, whatever it is. But in doing so, they're leaving her alone a lot, and their family dynamic, fake or not, was bliss, was happiness when we saw them in the first episode, and at least for her. And if they are, as they've said multiple times, and we have no reason to believe otherwise, if they are doing this all for her, then they're neglecting her in the name of saving her, which is kind of self-contradictory. It's inconsistent because it's perfect tragedy, like the reversal of Gift of the Magi, where you give up the thing that you want in order to get it or to ensure it for the future. Like their obsession with ensuring that Himari stays alive is preventing them from having the relationship that made them love her in the first place. It's kind of awful. It's a very I don't know, it strikes me as a very Ikuhara tragedy. Very in his wheelhouse. Huh. Throwing away the thing that you care about in order to ensure that it's safe. The penguins were nice and goofy in this episode for portions of it. Also a little bit creepy when they're like eating birds out of the tree here. It's like a little off-putting, I don't know. For Himari. So we go back here and oddly, although it's not odd at all, we run into this situation. Father still as an otter, again using the same visual shorthand that we used for the memory wipe scenes, or memory whatever. Yeah, memory wipe. Let's go with that. For the memory wipe scenes with the all black foreground, all red background, although with a bit more of a sickly glow around it. A little bit less flat. Wow. I'm gonna just Google the moray eel. Moray eel symbolism. Oh yeah, cool. Hmm. Slippery, elusive. The ability to survive what comes what may. There are lots of frou-frou, new wavy type things here, symbolic of masculine energy and blah blah blah, whatever. There's sort of a snake of the sea, in a way. That's how I saw some of this. I don't know. Will you be my daddy? I'll have to ask your mom. And they're portrayed as awful predators, sort of wrapping him up, pulling him in. And she watches the entire thing as they drift away. The snake eating the octopus. Mm-hmm. Are my precious things out of reach no matter what? Then we have another fairy tale story. This time it's framed as a western, a conflict, and she frames herself because again her fairy tales and her way of framing the world as though it's a stage play are her coping mechanism. When she suffers hardship or things don't go the way that she wants, she reframes them as a different type of story. And here we reframe the whole storybook fairy tale, prince and princess tale, as instead being one where she is the outcast rebel gunslinger in the Wild West, and her damsel, the prince, has been taken and strung up by this town leader, bad bitch. Hmm. Who rides in, puts a gun to his head, and forces him. But she's as she is in the story, the whole thing is paper thin. Blame goes to her. We get Himari and some of her friends from school as onlookers. And just like somebody in a scripted western, the good guy can't die. The good guy can eat lead all he wants, but he'll always rise again for the ending sequence and blow the bad guy out. And then it sort of falls apart as she brings in all these other elements that she's going to take down. I'll take down the snakes and the eels. I'll protect my family. This is all for them. Sure. Project M. And then she's just nonchalantly going ahead and making her plan. No noisemakers. We get to the apartment and it's picture perfect, beautiful, kira sparkling. It's lovely. It's an ordinary cake. No, it's not. And we eat, we cut away, and we cut, and boom, they are out cold. And she is doing a thing. What's in the bag? A wig, nail polish, the trappings. I don't think it's an accident that we get two spikes of hair here that kind of become horns, sort of devilish, as she becomes the black-hearted monster that she hates. Horrifying. I'll let you in. Maternity. Her face changes in the flash of light, right? It's before this. Yeah. Great. Is that written in your diary too? What the hell is that diary? Good question. And over the course of the next few minutes in this episode, each of them points out the selfishness of the actions of the other, because they've been with each other for the last few days at least, and actually seeing what each other are doing and what each other are about. They have a pretty good understanding of each other's delusions in a way that they can't see themselves. Obviously, Ringo is way further down the rabbit hole than Shoma is, but her words still cut when she calls him out on the stairs. But his are right on the money. You're going to forcibly execute what's written in the diary and then call it destiny, and then pretend that it actually worked according to plan even when it didn't. That's not fate. That's ridiculous. And she responds, again, sort of completely ignoring what he's saying. Her inability to actually take criticism or to understand communication that would indict her is, I think it's right on the money for a delusional character. Her delusions are strong. They must be. And out we go. She's back. The wig falls. I must. The wheel of fate wouldn't be complete. You don't care about their feelings? What are you talking about? They're doing the wrong thing. It was a mistake. Darker than any girl I've ever known. So many good one-liners in this episode. Can you honestly say that you care about your sister? The fuck you say? Yes, I do. But then she nails it. Yes. Maybe. All for Himari. But really, it's all so that we can keep our idealized version of our sister. It's a selfish act at its core, masquerading as something else. Wow. Again, the framing of this shot, it's almost a frame within a frame. This tiny corner becomes its own little box, and everything else just goes wide out. Really good stuff, Ikuhara. And despite this being so completely unrelated, she still thinks that somehow this will save her family, when we can see it as third-party observers that her family is done and gone and has been. We saw it as soon as we met her father, let alone realizing that he's getting remarried into another family. But you think I'll let a little thing like that stop me? No. Ringo is delusional. But now the source of... It's not the source of her delusion. She's the source of her own delusions, obviously. But the thing that she externalizes all of it towards is the diary itself. And now it's been ripped in half. Which half does she have? She has probably the first half, right? So it just ends at a point, and the latter half becomes lost to her? And then in a selfless act, he pushes her out of the way of an oncoming vehicle. Even if your love is a lie, There was something really cool that happened with his eye when it hits. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's gorgeous. Shh. Tumble, tumble, tumble. Now, I fully expect him to be miraculously relatively okay from this, so I'm not gonna let it cliffhang me into another episode because we're already long ass recording. But yikes. Yikes. Will this be enough to snap her out to some extent of her delusions? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, it took me a little while to try to formulate this thought, so I'll probably just cut that section because I was just sitting here thinking for a minute. There's something poignant and I guess tragic about this idea of Ringo trying to become someone else. In this case, to become Yuri, in order to achieve her victory. And I think it's sort of echoed by the storybook sequences or the shoujo framed sequences. She's never herself when she imagines victory. And here, at the moment that she seizes victory, before it's snatched away from her, she's not herself either. She is taking on the guise of Yuri. And indeed, her entire purpose is to take on the life of somebody else, to become her sister. Not just to look like or act like her sister, but to become her. Not to be a good enough child or whatever that her existence pulls her family together, but to become her. And likewise, in all the storybook sequences, it's always some fictionalized version of Ringo. Like it's a fully fictionalized reality, but she can't see herself winning. She only sees herself playing a role to win. And it has to be as written in the script. There's something really, it's got meat on it. I don't know. Something really tangible about that tragedy. I don't know how to put it. It's sad. It's sad. But it's also irredeemable. And the show itself doesn't mince its framing or like its way of expressing this toward her. She's told repeatedly by multiple characters, the princess and now by Shoma, that she is fucking out of her mind and delusional. We frame her attempt here at the beginning in a very horror movie sort of way, and then here at the end with the thundering and lightning is very very slasher film almost, very very murdery. But who's the one getting killed? It's just Ringo. She's trying to kill herself to become someone else. It's fucking sad. But now the script is torn from her hands. So what will she do? Who is she without that script? Is she a relatively normal girl or an insane obsessed stalker or somewhere in between? I don't know. I imagine that she'll be desperate to get it back, and because they still think it's the Penguindrum, will probably be able to enlist the help of Shoma and Kamba, which will inevitably lead to some sort of showdown with the. I'm still running on the assumption that the person who snatches the diary is the orange-haired girl. It's clearly a female form. We can see that in the skin tight bodysuit. It'll definitely put them on a collision course. And it'll probably all be for naught. Shit. Well, this has been 3 crazy episodes that have gone from just stylistically, from goofy and genuinely hilarious to genuinely horrifying murder feeling horror movie stuff to honest emotional moments between these extremely dishonest characters. Characters, I mean, in Ringo's case, who cannot even fathom the truth of the world, who uses fairy tales as a paper thin shell to guard herself from harsh reality. Wow, what a set of episodes. Okay, well, all I'm gonna do is just look forward to next week. We're gonna end here. So I've been Teeaboo. This has been Mawaru Penguindrum, episodes 6, 7, and 8. I hope you've enjoyed them as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week when we watch another couple episodes. See you there. Peace.